Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Halos in the Infield Weekly Roundup podcast. I am one of your hosts, Chase, and this is...
Hey, this is Andrew.
Yeah, you could see his face this time.
Yeah,
He didn't have his camera last time.
So I could wave and do things like that, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and as my duty as one of your hosts, I do have to tell you to please comment on some of our videos. Let us know what we're doing good, what we're doing bad, what you guys would like to see. And if you guys aren't watching on YouTube, leave us a review on all the podcasting websites and everything, wherever you get your podcasts, wherever you're listening to us. Give us some feedback. Let us know what we're doing. But let's just get us started. Happy birthday to Trea Turner. He had a good day today. He hit for the cycle, his third in his career. What do you think about that, Andrew?
I think the Padres are looking back at that trade with Will Myers hitting 250 with a 750 OPS and really regretting that. I mean, they got Tatis, but wow, what a player Trea Turner has turned out to be.
Oh, yeah. He's like a true five-tool player.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, amazing. And he just keeps taking it up another level every year.
Yeah. Would you rather have Tatis or Trea Turner?
Oh, Tatis any day.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I think on the wins above replacement, almost a pure stat guy, so I'm really boring when you ask me these questions.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Trea Turner. I really like his defense that he's got, and can't beat his speed, really. I mean, If you saw the clip of him hitting that triple, you know how fast he is.
Yeah, he's like gliding. He looks like he's gliding. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, next up, we got the Cubs no-hitter earlier this week. It was a combined no-hitter against the Dodgers, and the pitchers were Zach Davies, Ryan Tepera, Andrew Chafin, and Craig Kimbrell. So you got anything on that?
Yeah, that would be like a Jeopardy question for the most obscure no-hitter that you would expect.
You see Kimbrell's reaction after the ninth inning?
Yeah, I think he had more emotion than he did when they won the World Series in Boston.
Well, it was like he said afterwards that he didn't even know it was a no-hitter.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe that because I've been seeing the replay on MLB TV every day now for like the last week. And he looks ecstatic, doesn't he? Like right after? Or do you think he's just happy?
I think he noticed only after the catcher started running out to him.
Yeah, so
like, after he
started
started getting all the hugs, he's like, oh, we did a good thing. Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but how about that turnaround for Kimbrell? He's put it together this year.
Yeah, what did he had like a 6 ERA last year, didn't he?
Yeah,
like
he was not doing great in his first year with the Cubs, but I mean this year he's looked good.
Yeah, he's been looking really good. Really impressive. What is it, like a .7 ERA that he has this year?
It's something a lot better than last year. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I don't watch a whole lot of Cubs games.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. My family's all in Chicago, so I should watch a lot more Cubs games.
Yeah. And you do watch any White Sox games?
Nope. I'm not a Chicago fan at all.
Oh, sorry, Chicago fans. Can't do anything for you. All right, but we also have Trevor Story and Trey Mancini. They're going to participate in the Home Run Derby.
Yeah, that's exciting. You called it. You're right on the money with Trevor Story.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I mean, obviously, he's got to be, the favorite. He knows the park. He knows how to hit home runs in Coors Field.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy's got just light tower power. So what do you think?
Remember when he hit that 500-plus foot bomb? What was that, 2019? He had two in the same game. I think they were both 500 feet.
I think he's... I mean, I know that you got someone like Pete Alonso who could probably just hit home runs for days, but I mean, I got to pick Story. He's the favorite for me.
Hey, you can't leave out Trey Mancini, though.
He's
coming off a good cancer recovery. It was colon cancer, correct?
That is true, yeah. And he had to go through chemotherapy, a lot of recovery time.
Mm-hmm. But that would be an amazing comeback story if Mancini could pull something off in the Home Run Derby.
That would be. So that would be the best story, I think.
Yeah. There's so many storylines that are coming up for the Home Run Derby.
I know. And it's hard to just even talk about these stories without talking about Trevor Story. Because it's like such an obvious pun.
Yeah. Yeah, but also in that week, we have to see the awful All-Star Game jerseys.
Oh, man. You got to put those up on the screen.
Oh, I will. I'll throw them up right now. You could see how they are not quite the best design. They got the logo, the team logo over the letters on the side, and it looks like a basketball jersey almost, and it's just...
Someone got paid to make that.
And then the
someone got a
color
paycheck.
palette, on the hats. The hats are like the hats are all red, right?
Oh, dude, it's I just can't believe that like someone like commissioned that. Like someone from MLB went to a designer in like January, was like, all right, we're making all-star jerseys. They got that design back and they're like, yes, this is what we want. Like
And
this is
and I somehow remember hearing, but I hope it's not true. Are they wearing those for the actual All-Star game, or are they just like the warm-up jerseys?
I think those are just the warm-up jerseys. I think
Thank
everyone
God.
yeah, I think they're still gonna have everyone wear their home team jersey.
Because I heard like a rumor or something saying that they were going to replace like their home jerseys or home and away jerseys with those. Because I think it looks amazing when they wear their home and away jerseys during the All-Star game.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, it looks cool.
But I mean, I wouldn't put past MLB to change out the jerseys. And I mean, it's the same organization that also made the World Series home away based on the All-Star game. So who knows?
Well,
Rumor could be true.
speaking of jerseys, what do you think about all the City Connect jerseys this year?
Yeah, I like them. Some of the teams. I saw the Dodgers one. I wasn't too impressed.
Oh, they came out with that one already?
I think they got leaked. I was on the Dodgers subreddit.
Yeah, I'll throw a picture of that up here if I find it.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think for the most part they're really good. My top one would have to be the White Sox. The White Sox one just looks so clean, and it looks like it's a rap album cover the way they shot it.
Oh yeah, look at that.
It was so
That is
good.
sick. Yeah,
And
I like that a lot.
then the worst one for me, it's a toss up between Boston and Arizona. Arizona's are fine because they are like what the city is. It's like desert and it's like a kind of tan. It's just a tan jersey, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
They're Los Serpientes, right?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, but if you had to rank them, what would you rate your top three? And then what would be your last one?
Well, now that I'm looking, I'm saying that Chicago, I really like theirs. I'm looking at the Cubs. The Cubs is kind of interesting.
Yeah, they're basic.
Man, I think the problem here is that I haven't.
Miami's
seen enough
is
jerseys.
good.
Yeah, I'm looking at Miami's. Miami's is great.
The red and blue.
Yeah, and I just can't get over Boston's. It looks like an IKEA ad. That's what it looks like
It
to me.
does. I don't know. Isn't the yellow and light blue for like the Boston Marathon or something? I forget.
Dude, it may be, and yeah,
But it just doesn't work with the Red Sox because there's literally no red in the actual jersey, and with a team name like the Red Sox, it doesn't work.
yeah, they look more like the UCLA Bruins.
They
That's the
do.
color-
They
that's
do.
the color scheme right there.
Yeah. Throw up a picture of a couple UCLA Bruins alum in their
Yeah.
jerseys and compare them.
Yeah, they look the same.
Yeah, but those jerseys are a good idea because it actually gives everybody an extra one to buy.
That's true.
Yeah. Also in today's news, we have Kyle Schwarber, 12 home runs in 10 games. That is an insane amount of home runs in a short amount of time, and I love what I've been seeing from him.
Yeah, I mean, was it 12 home runs in 10 games and 16 home runs in 18 games? Mm-hmm. Those are Babe Ruth type home run numbers.
Yeah, it's insane.
I mean, honestly, I thought he was on the slow decline that you see for, the more heavy set, left fielders that are just one type of tool type of guy. I
Yeah.
never thought we'd be seeing this type of performance from him.
And I was kind of expecting this kind of performance out of like Jock Peterson going to the Cubs, not Kyle Schwarber going away from the Cubs.
I know, like what an interesting turn of events. Yeah, Kyle Schwarber leaving the Cubs, where it's pretty easy to hit a home run to left field as a lefty, and then he's going to the Nationals, who lost Bryce Harper.
Yeah,
And he's putting up better numbers than Bryce Harper for 1/3 of the money.
yeah, yeah. Bryce Harper in Philadelphia, he's been like a kind of unsung hero, maybe.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think was his was it 13 years, 340 million or something like that. So I think there was a lot more expectations for him, but
Yeah.
he's been a really good player.
Yeah, he's been. I think he's been above replacement for the most part.
Oh yeah. I think he's been like a 4 or 5 win per type of guy.
Yeah,
But they got to be looking at Kyle Schwarber. We could have had $17 million more a year and signed Kyle Schwarber and had better performance.
Yeah, and how about that Nationals team? They're looking decent. The way they've picked up guys in the last offseason, like when they picked up Josh Bell, I was actually surprised to see him go from the Pirates.
Yeah, I was too. Josh Bell had that really good first half, I think, in 2019. And then last year, it was a wash with COVID. I was surprised that the Pirates sold so low on him.
Yeah, yeah. What did the Pirates get back for him? Do you know?
I think they got a couple of younger minor league players, but maybe I want to say they were pitchers, but I'm probably wrong on that, so you might want to correct me later.
I feel bad for the Pirates fans because they can never really hold on to anybody.
Yeah, do you ever go on like Pirates forums or anything like that?
I can only imagine how down on themselves they've got to be.
They're the most honest fan base with themselves I've ever seen. Like they have just the most hate for their owner I've seen of any club. And yeah, it reminds me of like Padre fans back in
the day, when they were bad.
Yeah, bad forever. Just for as long as you can remember, they were a bad team.
Yeah, at least they got Adam Frazier.
That's true. They have Adam Frazier. They got a young third baseman that's doing great in Hayes.
Brian Hayes, yes.
Yeah, and they got some pitchers that are doing well. They have some pieces there. So
did you see that play that Hayes made the other day?
Oh yeah, that ridiculous. Yeah, that was really Man, that guy's the real deal. And his father was Charlie Hayes, right?
I'm not sure, but I think he was a former minor leaguer or a major leaguer.
Yeah, I think his dad was Charlie Hayes, the catcher.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So another junior, basically, in the majors, just raking.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen the play, I can't play the clip anymore because we get copyrighted for that. But the play was Hayes made a really nice backhanded play. What was it, like 10 feet behind the third base bag? And he's almost in the other coach's box, launches it across the diamond to get Yadi Molina, I think, running down first.
Yeah, I think only Yadier Molina and Albert Pujols get thrown out on that play.
Yeah, but it was an amazing throw, an absolute dart across the diamond.
Yeah.
All right, so next up we have Dylan Betances. Some unfortunate news for him. After throwing one inning, he is now out for the season with a right shoulder injury. He really can't stay off the IL, can he?
No, that's what I think major injuries now for like the last 3 years. So we might be looking at the last time we see him in cleats.
Yeah, he really had his renaissance back in New York, the other New York, with the Yankees. He was pitching really well for them, but I guess the magic's all gone.
Yeah, he looked for a little bit like he was going to take over for Mariano Rivera.
Yeah.
And that just never really came to fruition.
Yeah, that was before they had Chapman, right?
Yeah, that was before they had Chapman. And who else? I'm going to mess up his name. The lefty, Britton.
Zach Britton.
Yeah. So,
man, and Zach Britton, too. He's fallen off quite a bit since his Orioles days.
Yeah, I mean, now that they don't have the sticky stuff anymore. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of pitchers just fall off a cliff.
Yeah. Well, another pitcher that actually has been doing good, Clayton Kershaw. In his last start, he struck out 13. Yep.
And, I've never been a fan of the Dodgers. Always been a fan of Clayton Kershaw. So I'm always happy to see him do well. I would prefer it if they had lost like 1-0, but...
that sounds like that Rich Hill, was it Rich Hill, who had a no-hitter in Pittsburgh, and then he lost 1-0 in the 10th inning to the first hit of the game?
Yep.
On a walk-off home run?
That sounds right.
That's got to be the worst feeling of all time, especially for like the offense. If the offense can't put up a single run to get you a no-hitter...
Yeah, I know. I wonder what it's like in the locker room after that.
It's got to be just awkward silence.
Yeah, like you literally... If he scored one run, I would have had a no-hitter.
They probably had like 6 runners on third throughout the game.
I know. And just could not get it done.
Could not squeeze it across. But Clayton Kershaw, he's stayed pretty good throughout his career. He has had a couple iffy moments in the playoffs. We know that. That's what he's notorious for. But, I mean, Clayton Kershaw is a Hall of Fame lock, even without those playoff runs, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think he's got the lowest ERA of anyone in the active era in the live ball era for baseball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I think it's like 2.39 or something ridiculously low like that. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, auto lock, even if he is really horrible in the playoffs. He's not horrible. He's
Yeah, he's
average.
rocky. It's he sometimes is really dominant, and at other times he gives up 6 home runs in a game and then chokes away the game. But I'm hoping for the best for him in his next endeavor in the playoffs. You know, it sucks to see a guy continuously like stumble in a role. Like I don't personally like seeing it.
No, you don't see a lot of guys that are like the anti Michael Jordan, where it's like they're the best, but you don't want them in the spotlight.
That sounds like Yankees fans to literally anybody off the Yankees.
I know that does.
Like after Ohtani's start today, quote unquote start, after he threw 2 outs of baseball, he had like 30 pitches, gave up like, what was it, 7 runs?
I think 7 runs.
And everybody on Instagram was like, oh, why isn't MLB talking about Ohtani choking away the game? He's no longer the MVP. Vladdy Jr. is going to be the MVP now. And it's like, it was 1 start. My God, let up.
I know.
Yankees fans are brutal.
Yeah, they are. They're the most harsh, especially since they haven't won a World Series in like, for them anytime in the last decade.
They get more hungry.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just hope that the Yankees can be like perpetually like an 88-win team for the next 20 years. Just never quite get there. Just
shut them up forever.
Yeah, like just be like the Red Sox were for a long time. Just like pretty good, but not bad enough to ever get like a good draft pick.
That's where the Angels were for the last few years, where they were just right in the middle, like 15th pick.
I know you had a roster that was really bad around Mike Trout, and the Mike Trout was just so good. They just like brought him up
bounces out. Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about a former Angel here in a second, Hector Santiago. He was the first player caught with a foreign substance after the crackdowns. Yeah,
and looking at his stats, going from a 6 ERA last year to I think a 2.35 this year or something around that area. Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised that he was using sticky stuff. He's probably someone that newly switched to it and maybe thought that he couldn't perform like he could before without it. So he gambled, and now he's going to get a 10-day paid vacation.
Yeah, and from what I've read, everybody was saying, oh yeah, he was just caked up on rosin, just putting a whole bunch on his arms and everything. He's like, oh yeah, it just melted down my arm onto my glove. I've also read another thing where it was like the eyelets in his glove were also like raised to where he could scuff up a baseball if he needed to.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. That seems like some like 1915 baseball type stuff right there.
That sounds like the pitcher from Angels in the Outfield, right?
Yeah.
Where he's like, I got a little bit of everything for all these pitches. He's a washed pitcher.
Yep, that sounds exactly like Hector Santiago. And it was working for him this year. He was doing pretty well.
I mean, we'll see how he does after he comes back. We'll see if he's truly guilty or not of anything.
You know what I was wondering? Do you think they check the catchers?
That's a good question, but I don't think you can, because I don't think you could transfer enough sticky stuff from between the catcher and the pitcher, even on like a mound visit or anything. Because you throw out the baseballs so often that it's like
you just have it in your glove, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good question to ask.
Would that be illegal? Like if the pitcher got a ball from the catcher that had pine tar from the mitt?
I don't know. What if the pine tar knocks off on a broken bat or something?
Yeah, right.
Is that illegal?
Yeah. You saw Joe Musgrove hitting off of Trevor Bauer, right? Where he threw the bat. So he threw he has no, because Joe Musgrove doesn't want to have any pine tar on his hands. He doesn't want to have to wash it off. He doesn't use any pine tar or anything on his bat. And so his first at bat, it just completely slipped out of his hands, went into the crowd. Then Trevor Bauer offered him some rosin to hold on to it.
Yeah, really all you need on a bat is a good grip tape and gloves.
That's true.
If you got that, then you're good to go. Although, some pine tar on that, nothing like the feeling, because you feel like you got a great grip on the bat, feel like you can swing as hard as you can. Which, why doesn't he just wear batting gloves? If he doesn't want to get it on his hands.
No, exactly.
Pitchers just making dumb excuses now.
Yep.
And to our final story for this show, we have Trevor Bauer. He is under investigation by the Pasadena Police Department for sexual assault.
Yeah, Not a good look for Trevor Bauer. It's a really bad story. Like, I'm just gonna be upfront about it. His accuser, she, has a lot of evidence that what Trevor Bauer was doing was criminal. I don't, I think we want to keep this more family friendly, so I'm not going to get too into it. But
Yeah.
it got into what started off as a consensual sexual encounter, and it moved into Trevor Bauer doing things that were violent and non-consensual, and involved the victim becoming unconscious. And
Yes.
yeah, so she has pictures, she has a court order to keep Trevor Bauer away, and she has per the Athletic, a recorded confession from Trevor Bauer where he admitted to doing these things, and the police were listening in on the call. So it looks like we're not going to be seeing Trevor Bauer for a long time. I mean, baseball doesn't have the best track record with fully pushing out people that are domestically violent or sexually assaulting, but I don't know. It's a hard one to talk about.
Yeah, and you put that very well. I did hear that Trevor Bauer's lawyer is very loaded up. Like, he got the best lawyer that money can buy, so I don't think that gives him the best look. And everything that we've heard up until this point doesn't give him a good look either. And we'll just have to see how the story unfolds.
Yeah, I mean, I know that the common saying is to wait for all the facts. It's important to say that the court has received pictures that were taken by nurses of the SART team, which is the sexual assault response team at a hospital, where they have the victim had bruising on her face, her eyes were swollen shut. So something definitely did happen. Bauer admitted to it.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we got on it. It's a developing story, and we'll be back next week with hopefully more info on that. But that'll wrap up this episode of the Halos in the Infield Weekly Roundup. If you got anything else to say, Andrew, now is the time to do so.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not laughing about the previous story. I'm laughing that we just went with the most intense story.
To finish it off.
And that's it. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. I mean,
You're good?
That's all I got to say.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening or watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, rate us on all your podcast websites. And we will see you guys next week with our third episode. See you guys later.
See you guys.